Hey y'all, good morning. There's a passage in the Bible that says you can't put old wine in new wineskins. What does that mean? That means when it's a new season, you can't do old things that got you to the new season. You know, when you are, just getting saved and everything is, working right, and you are excited and you are, you just can't do nothing wrong. And God sees you, He loves you as His child, sees you through the blood of Jesus. But now you're kind of entering a season of, stumbling, meaning, why is it not working? I'm a child of God. You are a child of God, but you're also growing. So you became from, a baby in the spirit. You're a baby in the spirit. From death to life. Now, you're reborn again. So your spirit is like a baby. So you're learning how to walk. So you were crawling and people picked you up and stuff like that. Now it's time to walk. Now it's time to do your own praying. Now it's time to do your own, self-deliverance in a way, reading the Bible, shaking those things off. And God is not picking you up no more. You got to learn how to walk. You got to learn how to pray for yourself. You got to learn how to lay hands on yourself. You got to learn how to speak the word. You got to learn how to know that when there's no one else around. It's called walking. It's called growing up in those things in the word. In the word, you have to take the word seriously now. You can't just run to your mama, run to your father, run to your aunt that's been in the word 50 years, and then have her doing all the praying for you. Now it's time for you to do your own praying. You can't put old wine into new wineskins. And with every season, it's going to feel like what's not working. Is because you have to do things differently. You have to go up to another level. You have to read more. Maybe it's developing your tongue, speaking in tongues, so that you can have a closer connection with the Lord spiritually. Maybe He wants to tell you some private things, or to get you to discern some higher level spiritual things, His voice, and you have to fast, or you have to, you're taking communion more often, or then you are, speaking in tongues, and you're developing your spiritual warfare. All of these things are part of growing up in the Lord, so that you can become the warrior that God expects for you to be. If any of you have children, it don't look cute when your baby's 5 years old, open the refrigerator trying to go in there and get a bottle. That ain't cute. You stop him right away, because he's too old for that. That's the baby stages is old wineskin. He's trying to go back to an old wineskin, trying to come and put it into a new season. Or like case in point, my son, my husband says, you know what, honey? Yeah, he's 18 and a half, going on 19, but he still, moves, to the 12-year-old stage sometimes. That's because it's growing pains and it's time to grow up a little bit. You're going into college. And you're becoming a young man. So we have to put those things, that old wineskin, away, because it's not going to work. That old wine is not going to work in new wineskins. just like you. You can't put old wine in new wineskins. So you may have to get away from some people. You may have to stop doing some things. I'm going to get on that. Because if you take God seriously, where you're going some people are not going to be able to go with you, because they're not going to want to do that work to go along the pathway of God, because that's not their pathway anyway. Everybody has a different pathway. Everybody has to go their own different way. Ask Moses. I mean, if you look up Moses, look up Abraham. He couldn't take Lot. Could not go with Abraham. Lot stalled Abraham's journey for 10 years. And when Abraham finally broke away, God said, okay, we're going to start back from where I told you. I want you to go and leave everybody and go to a place where I'm going to show you. Take you and your wife, your servants, whatever that you have, and go. I didn't ask your family members to go. Some people will stop you on your way to breaking out. So I want you to remember that. Things that you used to do will stop you, will hinder you. Why am I dealing with this again and again? Because you haven't let it go. You haven't let that man go. You haven't let that woman go. You haven't let them old habits, that bad attitude that you picked up from the housewives of Atlanta. You haven't let that go yet. You haven't let them umbilical cords go yet. Because you're going to have to let things go to walk with God. All right, honey. I'm going to leave it right there. But I'm going to dig some more into that, because there's a lot of things to unpack in there, okay? All right, love you.